Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to go through what I've been reading to my kids in homeschool, sort of like a what's in our morning basket for the month of January. And I know I'm a little late on this. I've been wanting to make a video like this. It's hard to find the time, obviously. But I'm just going to show you what we've been reading and what we're still reading in the month of January. Now, first, we read or have been working on Tales from the Odyssey by Mary Pope Osborne. We have part 1 and part 2, which we just finished today. And this has been a big part of our January morning basket. The kids have really enjoyed Tales from the Odyssey. I was very skeptical when I saw that was next on our to-read list. I was skeptical about how much they would like it. I actually thought it would be sort of a struggle, but I would say that these have been probably one of the most favorite books, or some of the most favorite books that we've read in homeschool so far, which was, I don't know, it was just a huge surprise to me. And honestly, I really enjoyed it too. I never read the Odyssey in school. I didn't read it in high school. I know for some that's required reading. I never read it, so I wasn't very familiar with the story at all. So I enjoyed reading those as well and learning about Odysseus and all his adventures that he had. I think they really enjoyed these because there was just so much action. There's Cyclops. So Odysseus is meeting up with Cyclops and sirens and sea monsters, and there's a large presence of Greek gods and goddesses in there, and it's like just his long journey dealing with all this stuff, trying to get back home to Ithaca. And it was really interesting, and I think for that reason, that it just was constant action and cool mythical figures, for that reason I guess the kids just really enjoyed it. Again, it caught me by surprise, but we all loved it. Now for the books that we're working on, we're currently working on The Tarantula in My Purse and 172 Other Wild Pets by Jean Craighead George. This has been a little bit slower for us. This was one that I thought would maybe be a favorite, but isn't so far. I mean, the kids think it's okay, but they aren't begging for it like some of the other books in our basket. This one is just sort of like an autobiographical account of the pets and wild animals that Jean Craighead George had growing up, or her family brought home, I believe. Yeah, so it's just like a collection of stories about different wild North American animals that were sort of brought up and rehabilitated in her home. It's not bad, but it just hasn't been the one we've been reaching for. But hopefully we'll finish it sometime in February. I don't think we're going to finish it this month, but we'll see. Now, a big morning basket favorite right now is Sweet Home Alaska by Carol Estby Dagg. I got this book in the January Family Reading Crate box, and we picked this up and started reading it, and honestly, it's hard not to set everything else aside and just read this book. We've been reading several chapters every morning, and I have to say, okay, it's time to stop reading. Let's do something else. If we have time, we'll read more later in the day, because the kids love this. And honestly, I do too. Now that I know a little bit more about it, I can say that it's just amazing. It's about a girl and her family who move during the Great Depression to go to Alaska because they need people to settle the Alaskan frontier up there. So I don't know, it's just sort of, it's kind of like I guess Little House on the Prairie in that sense, although personally I find it more interesting, and I think the kids have enjoyed it more than Little House on the Prairie. So that's kind of neat. And it's just about this girl and just her family's hardships so far and struggles with moving all the way to Alaska and dealing with the Alaskan weather for sure, and dealing with not having basic conveniences like indoor toilets and a house. We just got to the part where they finally are getting their house. So that's been pretty exciting. We have all been enjoying Sweet Home Alaska, and Yeah, we just love it. And the last book in our morning basket is Ancient Greece Revealed by, and the name is covered up. It's a DK book by Peter Crisp. Now, this one, I mean, we aren't reading through it or anything. This is the one that I sort of just leave out in the middle of the table, and the kids just flip through it while they're eating their meals throughout the day. And sometimes I'll just flip to a random spot and read a little bit about it. They thought it was neat to see the Trojan horse, especially since we read about it in the Odyssey, and there are some things in this book they're familiar to them after reading the Odyssey and things we've been listening to in Story of the World. But this is just one they flip through, has some nice illustrations, and I'll just read like a little snippet or whatever. And this is from the library, so this will have to go back to the library soon, especially when we're done with studying about ancient Greece. But yeah, that's what's in our morning basket, or has been our morning basket for the month of January. And hopefully I'll get February's morning basket video up or a little earlier in February than what I've gotten this one up. But I've been wanting to talk more about what we're reading in our homeschool and not just what I read throughout the month. But that's what we're reading, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And let me know if you are studying ancient Greece or have studied it in your homeschool. Let me know of any other supplements or books that you would recommend. We just got some Greek coloring books, which are really neat, and I forgot to grab and show you guys, so I'm sorry. So we have that as a cool supplement, and we're going to do a project probably this weekend. But anything that you think would be valuable to add to like a Greek unit study, just post that below and I'll make sure to go check it out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again really soon.